Hello, SpeedGaming 2, and welcome to SGLIVE Super Metroid Link to the Past Combo Randomizer Tournament. This is a match between Farfelu and apathyduck. It's a really good match. Duck perhaps a little underseeded because of some technical issues in one of his races. So gonna match up with Farfelu, two very good runners. So one of these two gonna be out in the round of 16. Should be a lot of fun. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Miss Metroid, who's right now going to work on syncing and stuff. She'll say hi as soon as she's ready.
Hi.
Yeah. We should be starting shortly. The settings, for those who don't know, we are using hard mode for the online tournament, and we are going with fast Ganon to try and change things up a little bit from things we've done in the past. So with these two runners, Duck probably would have benefited from a not fast Ganon. He's definitely technically the better Link to the Past player, but both runners very good in both games. So we'll see what happens. And here we go. Okay, this is hard mode, so there are two items in Logic down Bluebryn, but I don't think typically you don't see runners doing the early Bluebryn check. We'll see if either one chooses to do that. Nope, both heading straight into Link to the Past. And very first check, just an E-Tank. So Lake Hylia Island has an E-Tank that's just going to sit there and rot for the entirety of the seed. We don't need that E-Tank. Duck going to start at Link's house. Farfelu starting at Sank. Neither one got anything super useful. Duck getting a missile. Farfelu getting $50, which is actually in SMZ3 money is a little more scarce. So going ahead and picking that up pretty good. And we see Crystal Boss and Red Crystal in the Light World.
Yeah, Eastern Palace was a Super Metroid boss reward.
Yep. Yeah, still like Token Totem with different names bandied about.
Yeah.
It's a little Metroid icon. That's what it is. And then the Red Crystal over at Desert. And Duck getting some bombs, which actually could be significant. 3 bombs enough to get everything in Kakariko, and Farfelu is going to have to get his bombs elsewhere. Although Bush Crab with $20, dropping $20 at a time, you should be able to at worst buy them.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It's nice to have cash available.
He's hard on Lumberjack.
As you said, it's important to have money in SMZ3s.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're never getting that piece of heart. Also, those power bombs potentially significant, depending on when and where Morph Ball is. Sometimes Morph Ball's late enough, you just already have a bazillion power bombs. It just doesn't matter.
Yep, that's true. First pack isn't there at least guaranteed 1 in a Sphere of Zero, so it's nice to see it's early at least.
And Duck's not even gonna check Lumberjack. I know his feelings about that is don't check it until you have boots anyway.
Oh, so that's probably smart.
Yeah, I mean the two most prominent schools of thought are Duck and is just don't check it until boots, because you can't get the item anyway. The other one being, hey, I need to check Bush Crab and tree poles to see if I can get some resources anyway, so I'll do it while I do that. Duck killing the crab right after he sees it is dropping red 20s. So
Yeah.
We'll have enough money to buy everything he needs because he's got bombs already, and the well and Blythe's Hut give you $50 if you pick up all the rupees. Won't be able to buy bombs afterwards unless he gets more though.
Cellar Dweller in chat asking, why is there a screw attack icon instead of a crystal or pendant? That means that dungeon rewards one of the Super Metroid golden statue requirements to get into Torian for Mother Brain. With the latest version of the SMZ3 Randomizer, all rewards are shuffled between all the bosses between Link to the Past and Super Metroid, so you can get crystals and pendants in Super Metroid and Super Metroid boss golden statue completion in Link to the Past.
Which is does some interesting things. I have to admit, I hate pendants in my game.
Yeah.
I'm an SM runner first and foremost, so yeah, to get those pendants, and crystals, fine, whatever. You have to do those anyway,
Yep.
but get those pendants out of Super Metroid. So,
I agree. I
I'm
do kind
hoping
of
for an
miss.
update where at least you could choose to not have pendants in Super Metroid. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss being able, like, having to kill all of the bosses in Super Metroid. Because, like you, I grew up playing that a little bit more than Link to the Past. So I played both relatively even, but Super Metroid will always have that soft spot in my heart.
Yep. I mean, your name just says it all,
Oh,
right?
I know.
So far, nothing really interesting in Kakariko, though. Oh, well, we got a space jump. My favorite item.
I agree. I honestly think Space Jump and Screw Attack are the unsung heroes of Super Metroid. But Screw Attack's great because everything dies and you don't have to worry about it. So that one's probably my favorite. But if I don't have Space Jump, I'm all right with just Screw Attack.
Yeah, Space Jump with Screw Attack makes so many things very free.
Yes.
Basically, runners now switching places. Interesting, Farfelu did the well first and then went to blind set. That's usually not the order people do things in, but you know, it's not. It may have been because he had to go buy bombs. Sometimes you change it up a little bit when that happens. We did get Wave Beam and Spazer. We'll see how long it takes if either one of these runners rush to turn that Spazer on when they get back to SM. Spazer and Plasma, if you get them in Link to the Past, must be turned on after you go to Super Metroid, because if they are both on at the same time, bad things happen. So we make the runners turn them on separately, just so as to avoid any conflicts with those beams. Doing the chicken clip. Okay,
I'm a fan of the
done.
chicken clip, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we need to come back to the library for anything with Boots. Nope.
Shield. Thank you.
That shield, another item that's just gonna sit and rot. Looks like Farfelu is gonna blind check the race game. I kind of like this in combo. There's a lot more things that could be potentially useful that you wouldn't want to necessarily go back and pick up, like a super pack or a power bomb pack.
Yeah, I'm the same. And I kind of feel like if I have the bomb to open up the wall or Boots early, then it takes just as much time to kind of like go through it and even check it and then save and quit as soon as you see it, or just leave right after. Like, you don't have to go pick it up even if you just scout it.
Yeah, it was a missile. That's one of the, you know, we're early enough in. I mean, SMZ3 ammo amounts tend to get obnoxiously high, so I don't blame Farfelu for skipping it. It being just a missile. I tend to pick up a lot of missiles myself just to not have to worry about it later, but yeah, perfectly fair. If it was a super missile, I would have expected him to pick it up, though.
Same, yep. Have we seen a super missile pack yet?
There may be one at Uncle here. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it was like a power bomb and a super pack or something. Oh, that was, yeah, there's the power bomb. We'll see if it was it? It may have just been a missile. Honestly, I don't remember. We'll see in a second. No, it was just bomb. Oh, it was the bomb.
The 3 bombs.
Yeah, the bombs that Duck kept Duck from having to buy bombs before entering Kakariko. Got to do it after. Oh, a hammer at the dam. So we got a nice offensive weapon we can use.
Yeah, and one of the 3 items needed for Dark World access.
Yeah. And, you know, Farfelu is going to go do this escape play without anything but bombs. Would have been nice to have that hammer.
Yeah, for sure. But there could be a weapon also right in the first chest here, so
could happen.
Might not be terrible.
Another power bomb pack.
Super pack. Or yeah, power bomb pack.
Yeah, so you know, 10 power bombs is much better than 5.
Yes.
When you finally get into SM, so good to have that.
Farfelu, I'm sure, is very experienced with a lot of the bomb strats for A Link to the Past. Quake, though, we don't know whether or not that's going to be necessary.
Yep. Don't know if we need medallions, and if we do need medallions, we don't know which ones. Duck, meanwhile, is checking the desert area. Not gonna be able to get any items. Can't pick up that red rupee or something. Not that he cares. Yeah. Is gonna check Agena here. It's one of those checks that if you don't do it right away, you're probably not doing this for a long time. And it being in Sphere 1, some runners like to get to it, and others will just leave it and try and do it with everything else in this area when they come back with a mirror.
I kind of feel like that's one of those things where if I happen to have boots or flute early, I'm definitely going to check it. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to make it over there for quite a while. It's kind of bitten me in the butt a couple times, but
Absolutely.
that's just rando for you.
Yep, and that was a spring ball, which could be relevant. Spring ball does have logical implications in hard mode, but might be a while before we need to use it. It is access to Bubble Mountain with Morph Ball. It does allow for suitless shenanigans in Meridia. It's a worst room in the game item.
And that was in the escape
second chest.
Okay.
I think it's the boomerang chest.
Yep. All right, Duck makes it through the mini Moldorm cave with bombs. Ooh, a third power bomb pack.
Mini Moldorms with hammers just sucks. Just use bombs.
Yeah. the hitbox with hammer is so funky that it's impossible to hit anything. And the Moldorms move so dang fast.
Yep. We're gonna buy some more bombs. I mean, money's gonna be pretty easy to come by with those bush crabs dropping red 20s, so if he needs more money, he'll be able to get it. Duck gonna head over to Ice Rod Cave. We're starting to run thin on items that Space Jump could be significant if we get access to Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Because it allows the check of alpha power bombs from Upper Norfair. And Ice Rod Cave, just some more bombs.
Bombs. All right, so where's Duck gonna go from here? Is he gonna do the escape play now at the castle, or?
Looks like he's going for Eastern. Eastern is 3 items at Saha plus at least 2 items in the dungeon itself.
Yep, if not more, depending on
2 or 3, depending on whether our Most Knights has one.
Yep, and obviously we'd need a boat to get through there. So if we don't find boat early, we're probably not gonna make it.
Not finishing this up. Logically also needs the lamp, but Duck will just do the dark room if a boat shows up. So.
Yep.
Green pendant in Skull Woods. Talking to Saha, I think a little more valuable with the new setup because if you can avoid having to menu an SM because you know where the green pendant is, I think that's valuable. Ice Beam is nice.
Beam.
Another item that opens up that check of alpha power bombs. So very interesting.
Yeah.
Still need mountain access though.
Yep, a glove would do.
Glove plus lamp for logic, or flute. Just glove for out of logic, or just a flute would do it.
Yep. What is it gonna be? Are we gonna get like mountain access, or are we gonna have to go into SM with no morph?
Right now we don't have. Right now I think we still just have the 2 only the 2 locations in logic down in Blueburn. Can't do anything else yet until either a screw attack or mountain access comes. Space Jump doesn't open anything without screw attack in the Criteria Brinstar area.
It does give you the ceiling item in Blue Brinstar.
Ceiling items are already in logic in hard mode.
Important.
Since you can just do a deboost into the item.
True. Oh, right. I forget that logic doesn't change.
Yeah, normal mode, that would be
Flippy Floppies, though. That gets a Zora. Ooh. And he's got $500, so Duck can definitely check out, like, Guy Under the Bridge and Waterfall Fairy and a couple other things, so.
Yeah, it looks like and he can just bail with those slippers. I like that. Eastern the rest of Eastern is really slow, especially without boots, so just take those slippers and go. If you have to go back, you have to go back. And farfelu going to follow him into the eastern area. Farfelu having already done front of escape for Maybe a significant spring ball, maybe not. Otherwise, nothing really significant there. Certainly nothing that does anything for us right now, because can't use spring ball without morph ball.
Right. And it will be a little bit helpful without having to go through power bombs to have that spring ball. So a little bit faster execution, perhaps, in Super Metroid. We'll see if that helps out. Oh, we got fairy
Powder
dust
plus hammer. That's a check. Magic bat, fully in logic.
Yes. Usually you don't see that this early.
Not normally. I'd be very suspicious of that. But yeah, Duck continuing to do the last 2 Zora checks makes sense. Oh, hey, a book too. Everybody's
Desert Palace.
And Duck's like, but I already was over there. I don't want to go back. That would be my reaction.
Yep.
Like, don't give me a book. Give me flute and mitts, and I'll go there, and mirror, and I'll go there from the back.
Yep. Yep.
And we'll see what Zora has. So yeah, he's gonna have to pick that book up. It could be significant. Heart container. For a moment, like Duck was gonna avoid it.
Okay. No. It's not worth $500 if it's not Saint Heart.
No, it's definitely not worth $500. But there are definitely worse things to pick up there than a full heart.
Yes, for sure. A single rupee. A single arrow.
Single arrow is definitely up there. Okay, so where are we going, Duck? Okay, we're gonna do the powder first. I like this. And it's interesting to see if farfelu makes the same decision of leaving with these flippers. Looks like farfelu's gonna stay in.
One more location for that dark room. I don't anticipate that Duck would go check ped.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, to answer that question in chat, yeah, this is way too early to be thinking in terms of pedestal. You will see some runners do it, and I think it's a little bit more common on ALTTP only. Might be a little bit more enticing if we had boots to get there faster.
Yes,
because it's not a short walk. You hope you have mirror for it by the time you get to Skullwoods, and you just mirror in front of it. Okay, Magic Bat, what do you have for us? Farfelu looks... I didn't see what he got in the next chest. Did not stay in for the big key chest, though.
Ooh!
There we go. More fall on Magic Bat. Duck saving and quitting, and probably just gonna... Yeah, I think this is gonna be a reset into SM.
Yep.
And chat saying the last chest was just the compass, so Farfelu gonna just go ahead and leave that. And poor Yoshi just looks like he's having a struggle to swim.
Yeah, he does. That's a really well done sprite.
It's one of my favorites, actually. Okay, Duck gonna go... You gonna go to Wreck Ship or down Red Tower? Because he's not going for Bryn Loop right away.
Oh, wow. What a play. Okay. Straight to Wreck Ship.
Going straight to Wreck Ship. I mean, he has got easy access
wave, to it. Plenty of ammo,
Yeah, it's the lack of suits and E-tanks that would scare me here. I think that was a bottle that he scouted there, which, could be interesting.
Which is normal in SMZ3, that you always get empty bottles. And the fairy fountain, or the waterfall fairy, will give you a random red, green, or blue potion.
In SMZ3, it's now green. It's always green. Oh, yeah, in SMZ3 now. That was a change. Not the last version, but the one before.
Yeah.
To me, it's like one of those. Well, at least it's always green, so it's always useful. Oh, he just wanted to check a couple of items. He's not even gonna keep going in Wreck Ship. But on the other hand, I mean, knowing it's always green is one thing, so you always know it's useful, but you never get to get a blue at random.
Yeah,
but having recently played A Link to the Past Sea, where both my fairy fountains gave me a B.
Oh,
I think I'd rather have it always be green than get those Bs that really don't help out much.
It might be worth it if it was a good B, because then you could at least get $100.
Yeah,
but
could do that. Okay, so Duck can go down Red Tower. Interesting choice. Looks like he might want to... Maybe he wants to avoid the Bryn Loop. Which,
Ooh, getting a
going for
tank.
Bryn Skip this early, when you get the morph this early, not likely that you're actually going to be able to completely avoid it. On the other hand,
Right.
he is going to probably head down to Norfair.
Yeah.
And at least, kill Kraid, get whatever, hopefully it's a crystal or a boss reward from Kraid. And then, Bryn Loop's the nice thing about Bryn Loop is you can just get to it
Ooh.
so easily. Hey, a sword, yay! Swords are good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got space jump, so he can do X-ray. It's like Farfelu is going to follow that book first, which for him makes a lot of sense because he hasn't been to the desert area at all.
Right.
So for him, this is at least 3 checks, at least 2 items for sure, and then you could get up to 2 in desert. Now, desert could be boots locked, in which case you might not be able to get anything out of desert, but he'll have that knowledge, which is sometimes worth it. And Duck gonna do X-ray, which even with space jump, with this kind of health, still a little bit scary.
Yeah.
He's gonna, those spikes will still wreck you if you get hit. Taking that hit from the waiver on purpose so that he only gets a little, so the iframes will save him. But yeah, with space jump, you got to make this check. And unfortunately for Duck, yeah, we like there are times when you pick up bombs in SM like that, but that's too far out of the way for just 3 bombs in your inventory. Okay, so Farfelu's going to check this chest right here, and this will tell us if the dungeon's boots locked or not. It is not yet determined. We got to see where the big key is. So he's going to go over to the right side and hope the big key is over there, or good items. Like either way.
Yeah.
We know it's not Morph Ball, but a Moon Pearl there or something, a suit. Like there's still plenty of good items that could be over here. Or map. Yeah, worst case scenario is map and compass and big key on the torch. Now, we can't finish this dungeon no matter what because we don't have a fire source. Or a glove. Okay, so missile and map. So big key is going to be on the torch. So this is a boots lock dungeon.
Yep.
Farfelu not saving quitting because he hasn't done Agena, so we'll do that next.
Yep, taking this little shortcut out on the right side to kind of drop him off at a little more close location to where this cave is. So that's pretty all right.
Duck says, I don't want you Ice Beam right now. I'm turning you off because you're annoying.
Yep.
This early, a lot of runners will do that early.
Yeah, because there are a few enemies that you can kill with one shot, but when you have Ice Beam on, you have to hit them twice to freeze them first and then kill them after. So saves a little bit of time.
Okay, that missile's probably not worth picking. Yeah, probably not worth picking those up. And Farfelu now has the bad news that he has to go to Magic Bat to get his progression, but he'll be happy to see that at least it's something good, not another fetch quest. So, gonna get his Morph Ball and be a little bit behind into SM, but has done a little bit of extra stuff that Duck has not done. So could get that time back if Duck goes into Desert pre-boots and if he does front of escape.
Yep.
Nice missile 2 missile 3 super quick kill from Duck.
Yep. And
it is a crystal. That's good. Just a piece of heart.
All right.
And look how excited Yoshi is to get that Morph Ball.
Ta-da! He's like, can I eat this? It looks like something that I could eat.
I
wonder if he's like, now I can be a ball instead of just making Yoshi egg balls.
So Farfelu, we'll see what he does here. See if he does any of these checks. One of our other runners, Ivan, mentioned this location here that Duck did not check. It's actually one of those really easy to forget checks, especially if you have if your space jump is your axis and not speed booster.
Arc Saber in chat asking if there are different sprites for Super Metroid, and there are. There are actually
They're bad.
several
They're
that
really
are pretty
bad.
comical.
There's one. I don't know if all the ones that are on the Vario website for SM Rando only are also here. But if you go back and watch VODs from the recent SM tournament, the Buff Kirby sprite was very popular. And then the one that was maybe kind of fun, there was an Among Us sprite.
Oh, that's fun.
Where the Morphle looks like a vent. Oh, Rip Spazer.
Ooh, yeah. Plasma Beam over there at High Jump Boots. That's pretty great.
Don't even have to turn it on because we get it in SM.
Nope.
And a Canis Samario, so pretty significant high jump area. And that E-Tank is significant that Duck just picked up because that puts Hell Runs in Logic. That'll give him 5 E-Tanks. He already had the Ice Beam Hell Run in Logic. That only takes 3 in this SMZ3. But now all the Hell Runs are in Logic. The ones that can be in Logic, of course, Lower Norfair are never in Logic without Vario Suit.
I wonder if we'll ever see a Dread sprite with like the fusion white and blue suit.
I don't know if that's out for SM only for SMZ3, but it is available in the SM random.
Oh really? Oh, there's a bow. All right,
okay,
so
Duck needs to release a little bit. Yes, to release a little bit of this loop. Looks like farfelu is going to go for that Bryn loop play first. And it's going to also turn off ice, but turn on Spazer at the same time. A good efficient menuing.
Yep.
A Crumble Tower E-Tank.
I would have grabbed that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. I mean, Duck. Yeah, it looks like he wants it. That's going to help him for his Hell Runs. But it's a bit of a pain in the butt because that's a terrible location, and he did it really well. But if you fall down there, you might not get back up fast enough. It's an absolutely horrible location for anything required. This course, the E-Tank course, not hard required, but certainly going to help him out. And let's remind everybody that in SMZ3, bows are not progressive, so Duck is going to absolutely have to pick up that boa gauntlet. But he cannot skip that. Oh, and a glove. Okay, so
you can't do the Bryn
skip that either.
Duck. Come on,
no Bryn skip today. To be fair, the seed I want to see before this tournament ends, and the seed we might not get to see, Fast Ganon with only 2 dungeons in the game that actually need mitts to beat. I want the mittless seed.
That would be pretty interesting
because
no
it could
tower.
Happen. Yeah, because GT not required. You need mitts for that. And if both Turtle Rock and Ice Palace were pendants, the mittless seed suddenly becomes possible. So I want to see that.
Interesting. I'd never considered that, but you're right.
Okay, now just a red boomerang there for farfelu. Duck decides to go do some Death Mountain stuff. Looks like he's just going to rescue the old man. Maybe he'll check Spectral Rock Cave as well. There's not a whole lot he can do here without either the mirror or the hook shot.
Yep.
Always good to get the save quit point because then your trip back into Lower Norfair just becomes so much easier than rather than having to go through all of SM to get down there into Upper Norfair, I should say. Farfelu didn't sit. Oh, he failed the mock ball. I thought maybe he was gonna also go back and pick up the rupees.
Me too. He's gonna pick it up.
We've already paid off Zora, so there's not as much that we need money for. Old man, nothing interesting. Not really surprised. He's not in Logic without a lamp. Very easy to do. Very easy dark room. In fact, if you're considering learning either SMZ3 or Link to the Past, the first dark room you should learn. That is the first dark room you should learn.
I thought Duck was gonna get cabbaged there.
Oh, those boulders are evil.
Spooky.
Both are runners. Farfelu only on 40 HP for SM. Duck got just on 2 hearts. And that 40 HP is significant on Farfelu's side just because some of these checks that we do really aren't meant to be done until much, much later in the game. So there's some side hoppers that he's going to run into in some of these checks. Oh, never mind. He's got an E-Tank.
There you go.
Fine now. But yeah, there are some side hoppers that would have one-hit KO'd him.
They do like 60 damage each.
80 with no
80.
suit.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
Ooh.
Duck picks up a fire rod. Maybe he wants to go back into Upper Norfair because there's no other reason not to save and quit here.
Yeah.
So you can't go any further. No hook shot. No. Oh, oh, you know what? He wants to do the Dark World check. Yeah, this is really smart. Try and get an idea. Oh, hi, Varia.
All right.
Pendant Turtle Rock, Pendant Mire, Pendant Skull Woods. Green Pendant Skull Woods. So close to the Mitless format.
Yeah.
But
That
Ice Palace is going to be required.
Pretty impressive Dark World.
Yeah. And not having to Turtle Rock. I might never have to go to Dark Death Mountain. That'd be pretty crazy. Oh, and Gravity Suit!
Gravity Suit and
oh my god, yeah. So yeah,
what a loaded Brinstar.
I mean, at this point, Duck's probably going to be gated there, but it wouldn't surprise me if he does all the hell runs before he gets back to Brindle.
I can't believe that. That's so much stuff.
I mean, both suits.
We're not done yet.
We had a bow, back a gauntlet. We had a glove. Like this Bryn loop. And a sword. That's Farfelu's first sword. That'll be Duck's at least second if he goes this way. Yeah. Let's see if Duck decides to... Okay, looks like he's doing start with landing site. Ivan, you can rest easy. Although Ivan going to be playing, sadly, not restreamed race very shortly. So going to have to... Might still be here. We'll have to leave, though. Leave us shortly. Duck says no to those missiles. And Farfelu gonna go do Blueburn right now. The Sidehopper's not nearly as scary with Gravity Suit.
Yeah, and Varia, yep.
And okay, Duck, maybe we can do Wreck Ship. It's really unfortunate because you know what makes Fantoon a lot safer?
Plasma, Gravity, Varia,
in particular suits. We get a lamp.
Nice.
We have. Well, it's not going to be needed by Duck. He does have the fire rod. But there are certain things that the lamp is nice for. It's nice for conserving magic in certain situations. It's nice for dark rooms. Not having to worry about those dark rooms is certainly a good thing.
For sure. I'm always happy to see lamp if I don't have half magic too.
Yeah. Save you some. Oh yeah, charge beam. So this is gonna be if Duck turns his ice beam off, this is actually a free 2-round Fantoon.
Yep, it should be pretty quick.
If he doesn't turn off his ice beam, it's a free 3-round. Is what you'll do is if you get 4 shots in with the Doppler, and then when Fantoon comes back on screen, you fire a charge shot, and then rinse repeat, and that'll be it for Fantoon. So Duck, you gonna turn on that ice beam? No, looks like he doesn't. Either he doesn't know those numbers, or is just gonna try do it in a different way, or just really doesn't want to turn the
menuing is boring.
Menuing is slow. So instead, he completely misses on the Doppler. Duck, please. You have full beam combo. And you're trying to Doppler. Why? You would be done already if you had turned your ice beam off and fired a charge beam shot instead of going for those Doppler missiles. Farfelu, meanwhile, is he gonna check? Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and check this item. Still a pretty decent recovery on that fight after the first set of missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And since we can't actually get this item, it really doesn't matter. I might have turned Ice Beam off just to freeze those guys, but not a big deal.
Crystal 2 from Fantoon, so we're good with that. All done.
Oh, there's another shield we're not getting. Possible Duck gets it because he might blind check that with speed booster later, but Farfelu's never coming back for it.
If we even get speed, we'll see.
Yeah, it's true. It's always an if. I mean, let's see what the wreck ship starts with.
Charge beam.
Okay, let's see what the next one is. Ooh, what? a good item. So now we have
Yeah.
access to East F Mountain. And with Swamp being a boss reward, it is going to be hard required, that hook shot.
Yep.
230 missiles, just link to the pass bombs. We don't care about those. Duck gonna do this check without a safety save. I think in this situation, because you can reset if this is nothing. I would have liked to see him take that save, because you can you can just instantly, like, even with the reserve tank, if you get hit in the wrong way by those Kazans there, he's just gonna die.
Yeah, like getting a little bump and pressing the wrong button and you fall through, and the next thing you know, you're taking 200 damage instead of 80, and you're gone.
Let's see what we got here. Just a missile, and yeah, now I can't. Now he can't reset.
Oh well.
We'll see if farfelu goes to wreck ship or if he heads down Red Tower to crate, etc. I mean, he's basically able to do all of SM at this point. The one, just, some speed checks that he can't do.
Yep.
It's like Duck's going to continue on in the wreck ship. Will be interesting to see if the hook shot is enough to keep him from going to Brinstar.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of items on East Death Mountain, and as chat points out, he also now has Hera available to do it. Hera is a crystal. We do need to do it.
I guess we'll just have to see what he decides to do when he leaves wreck ship here. If he heads back through the portal in Criteria, or if he heads down towards Brinstar. I don't know.
The good news for Duck is that glove being there. Depending on where the other glove is, he will eventually get gated. That glove is going to be, unless
on East
the other glove and the hammer show up, he's going to need to get that glove, and that will just lead him to all the other things that are in that area. farfelu going to also grab this charge beam, but doesn't have plasma, so he can't even do the free 2-round even if he wanted to.
Right.
But he's got a nice charge beam that he can supplement with his. So for him, I would expect a Doppler strats. 10 arrows we don't care about.
No.
Let's see. I think I don't think we have a bottle yet, so Duck is going to pick this up.
Yeah. I know farfelu has seen one other bottle that was at Old Mother Brain, and he did not pick that one up.
Which, of course, Duck would not have seen yet.
Yeah, that was during the one of the fights, I think, and so I wasn't sure if you had seen that.
Yeah, I had not.
Let's go bowling.
Yeah, farfelu going to have a much safer fight, at least, though. He does have gravity suit, and the difference between no suit and even Varia is pretty significant. Add gravity to that, and if you know what you're doing, you should end up with more health coming out than less. Yeah, so chat asking
sometimes
who's in the lead.
You know what you're doing, but you can't actually do it properly.
Yeah.
And that's usually me. So I don't end up with more health than I started with. But good players do.
So chat asking who's in the lead. Yeah, it's way too early to tell.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've both kind of done things that other hadn't done.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're just playing a little.
If Duck starts doing hell runs to farfelu's having all suits, that could be significant.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have to come back for this item. Please no. Nope. Just missiles.
I always feel bad when there's something speed locked to the
it's terrible. You don't ever want to have to come back here.
No.
And we'll just run into these missiles. It's probably you're not even saving as much time by skipping those.
No. All right, here it is. Where does Duck go? farfelu is making up a little bit of ground, but we'll see. He's gonna be able to spend a lot more time in Norfair than Duck has so far, so...
I mean, Duck has enough E-tanks to do all the things in Upper Norfair. Problem is, it'll be slower because he'll have to farm and he'll have to potentially Crystal Flash and do all that stuff. He is taking a refill here, so that might indicate that he's going to stay in this area and not head back to Link to the Past yet. And to answer chat again, this is probably going to come up a lot because it's still fairly new to a lot of people. All the rewards have been shuffled now, so pendants and crystals can be in SM. Thankfully, there are no pendants in SM in this seed, because pendants in SM is bad. But boss rewards for the G4 can be in Link to the Past. So you can end up being able to beat Ganon before doing all the Link to the Past stuff, and you can, beat Mother Brain without having killed all the SM bosses, potentially.
I made a copy pasta, so...
There you go. Maybe we should create a command. Why is a pendant in SM bad? Because the game is already basically skewed a little bit towards Link to the Past. There's a little more time spent in there. Typical seed, you'll spend
a bigger game.
Player. It's a bigger game. More than twice as many items. So as an SM first person, I'm a little biased. And if I'm playing, I want my Link to the Past opponent to have to go down and do Lower Norfair and kill Ridley.
Yeah, it's really more of like a personal preference thing. We're not necessarily saying that like it's really bad luck if you get a Super Metroid boss with a pendant reward. It's just, we like to see Super Metroid too.
Okay, Duck, where are you going? We're back in Link to the Past. It's not going to go do all the things. I thought he did this check already, but I guess not.
I don't think so. I think
we definitely saw farfelu did this.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah, he might have been planning to do this after the Zora area, but then the Zora area gave us stuff to do, so... But yeah, I feel like Duck is trying to go all in on this Bryn skip, and the longer he keeps going for this Bryn skip, the better it's going to be for farfelu.
Yep.
And I'm not, except in super late morph seeds, I'm really not a huge fan of going for the Bryn skip this hard, just because all it takes is one item required in that area, and it is a ton of items you're checking. But he is going to do East Death Mountain right now. I don't think either Duck decided he doesn't want blue mail, or he forgot to do that check.
But he did it. He didn't take it.
Duck. I know you don't need it, but a few seconds picking up blue mail.
Maybe you'll get it in your chest.
Probably you get that back just not having to be quite as careful.
Yeah. Wait, another power. Oh, a double power bomb pack.
Lots of power bombs.
That is an explosive cave.
And farfelu going to do this check from the top, which, when you have Spring Ball, it's really quick to do it this way.
Yeah. This is what I meant by saying, like, you can do a lot of stuff with Spring Ball that doesn't necessarily have to impact logic, but it can help you with, like, just speeding up your game in general.
Yep. Wow, that was 3 heart pieces so far in this Paradox cave.
This might be a hint.
Container.
Oh, there's the blue mail.
Okay, we have blue mail for Duck. You Duck, you take your blue mail and you be happy about it.
Nice. Great. Well, I think he's probably at this point realizing, like, Brinstar's gotta have something. It can't just only be Hera. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's gonna do Hera. And let's see, no Moon Pearl yet. So can't do Spike Cave. No glove either, so really can't do Spike Cave. So probably do Hera into Spiral Cave. And if this is nothing... Oh, he's not even gonna do Hera. Okay, why are you not doing Hera right now, Duck? It's a required dungeon, and you don't really want to have to come back here.
Yeah,
it's very slow. If he had mirror, this, yeah. If you had
Right,
mirror, then
and
like
another
whatever,
thing is that like I think most people will probably go do Hera, complete it, and then come
and then
back
come
to
back
check
here.
Spiral Cave after, because then you don't have to climb up the
Yeah.
east side of Death Mountain twice.
So
So
hopefully for his sake, he gets a mirror at some point, and he can just do Hera the kind of the intended way. And then it's not really a time loss. But if he has to go all the way back around like that just to do Tower of Hera, that's quite the time sink. Where are we going? Oh, he's gonna go do Hera now. That could have been, yeah. He maybe just made a mistake. That happens. Like, oh yeah, I meant to do Hera, so he's gonna go all the way back around and just do it.
yeah, and sometimes when you're taking these little ledges down and Link to the Past, even just the slightest little nudge and you jump. So
yeah.
he might have been like, do I want to do this? And then, it happened and he committed to it.
Yep, it happens. Okay, so we're gonna do Hera. We'll see what's here. With the hook shot, he could Hera pot. The new Hera pot setup is so free, even I do it. I was a long resistor of Hera pot, unless it was like true go mode or really bad key layout type thing. But
Right.
the new setup is so free. Let's see what he does. Now we do see an item there, so if this is a small key, then he would be favored to not get punished. Yeah, this is the small key, so let's see what is. He's got the fire source, so he can do this the intended way. Yeah, he's doing the new setup. Uses a different pixel than I do, but there's like 3 or 4 pixels you can use. Doesn't get it though. The difference is that one spot where he laid the bomb is the only pixel you need to worry about.
Nice.
And then you just have to remember to push yourself while holding your sword into the explosion, and it will always put you in the right place. Farfelu, meanwhile, picks up his master sword, what was Duck's fighter sword. And now 50-50 that the item's in the big chest.
Yeah. From here, we'll see Farfelu heading down to Norfair, and then we'll be seeing a lot of fresh content because he's got both suits, and we'll be able to clear basically all the way down to Ridley and probably back up.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he decides to do these checks that Duck is doing right now first.
I guess he's got the portal.
But yeah, after that
transition.
I think after that he does either Upper Norfair into Ridley or perhaps goes to Meridia.
Yeah.
Both are good plays right now. We do have access to Dragon with the Ice Beam. Okay, Duck has saved. It is a map or a compass, whichever one I don't remember seeing, in the big chest, and he'll never have to come back here again. However, he may be at the point where he's got to either do hell runs or do Grin Loop. Let's see what are we gonna opt for, Duck? You gonna hell run?
I think where he is, he's just gonna hop in the Norfair portal and go.
We're gonna check.
He doesn't have a master sword, so he can't get this item, but he can at least look at it with the book. Futuristic hook shot.
It's a grapple beam.
Wow.
That is an interesting find. So
Farfelu will probably get that.
Yeah, Farfelu's going to get that, which is super good for farming in Lower Norfair, although he's going to have full beam combo by then, so it won't matter that much. Duck doesn't really need to ever come back for this. Grapple beam, mostly useful to get through X-ray and to do Shack Tool. But with Ice Beam, I think Duck would just do the Ice Clip instead of grabbing that grapple beam, because unless he's there for doing Spike Cave anyway. But even then, it probably doesn't save him time unless he's really bad at the Ice Clip. Ice Clip not actually in logic for SMZ3, which is kind of weird. I've been informed that it expected in the next update in hard mode. So,
well, it is apparently the Brinstar loop that he's going to go through and do now. So he'll be getting his bow.
He'll get all his. He'll at least get the bow. He's going to get all his stuffs. Yeah, the bow doesn't open enough for him to leave with it. It just opens literally, and he doesn't even know that it opens the one item because he didn't see that it was both map and compass available. So he's going to keep going. And a good choice to do this over Upper Norfair.
Yep.
It says no to the shield. Yes to the bow because it's a bow. Meanwhile, Farfelu is going to kill Kraid. Duck, you might as well pick that rupee up because you're just going to get it at the end of the game anyway. Let's see if Farfelu can give us another quick kill. Very nicely done. 2 missiles, 3 supers.
Excellent. So lucky for us, all of these Super Metroid bosses are required, so we get to see everything today.
Yay! And we do see there's that bottle that the first bottle that Farfelu got, and Duck says no to it because we don't really need a second bottle.
Hey Duck, you don't really need a second reverser tank.
No, well that one you can't skip. To be fair.
Yeah. Alrighty. Now, Farfelu. Death Mountain or lava?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does because Hera is a crystal. I think you do, or I think at this point, referring to things as required versus not, since Hera is required, I think he does that first. And it is a lot of checks on East Death Mountain. He'll get heart containers.
My only reason for thinking that he might do Norfair and all checks in Super Metroid first is just that there are so many Zelda items that are still accessible through Super Metroid that might make it so that he can do all of East Death Mountain and Dark Death Mountain at the same time.
Yeah. If he got Mitts, that would make it very much easier to do all of that. Mirror would help as well.
Yep.
So there is a reasonable, it is reasonable to do it in whichever
Moon Pearl
order.
too, kind of important.
Yeah, we need that Moon Pearl. That's an important one. Now Duck doesn't necessarily need to go back through Blueprint. Oh wait, where's Gravity Suit? Was that in
Gravity
Blue?
Suit is right here.
Oh, Gravity Suit was right here. Various Suit was
yeah.
elsewhere. How soon we forget.
I think it's at Wave Gate.
Okay, so yeah, Farfelu is going to skip that E-Tank because he doesn't really need it. Duck picked it up because he thought he might have to do hell runs.
It's either at Wave Gate or at Spospo Soups.
Yeah, I want to say it was before Blueprint stuff. I don't think there was anything hard required in Blueprint, but the lamp was nice. It was definitely a nice pickup. And Duck, a veteran of Link to the Past Randomizer, won't have any trouble doing dark rooms if he has to. Decides to take this E-Tank, I think, more for a refill than anything else. Farfelu gonna get his Cane of Samaria and his Plasma Beam. Now, for Duck, it might be that he just does Blueprint right now, because basically that'll send him right back to Link to the Past through the portal, and then he can save and quit to Upper Norfair if that's what he wants to do next. And now he's got his Various Suit. He could alternatively just walk down to Upper Norfair and do things that way.
Yeah, he's still got the Vanilla Charge location, Green Hills Zone in the Blueprint Star area.
Yeah, you want that sword.
Yeah.
You want to turn down a gold sword, you be my guess. You can't turn down a master sword. Oh, high jump.
The high jump.
Yeah, that's a nice movement item. Duck probably doesn't miss that.
Unfortunate place to find that, though. You want them before you get in those rooms.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think Duck misses that because he's not going to have speed booster before heading over there. It looks like Farfelu did not choose to do the rest of East Death Mountain, or just the Hera play.
Yeah, and he might just finish up Bubble Mountain and these checks before going, Crockermire or Lower
Yep.
Norfair, and then heading into Link to the Past to see if there's a way to maybe get gloves there and flute to do like the Mire skip to Lower Norfair that way.
Okay, Duck now in the Blueburn area. So he'll get his lamp.
And we're gonna see if we got a vanilla speed booster.
Certainly be a nice item to find.
Plenty of ammo for sure.
Yeah, I mean, given that they have both runners have full beam combo, this ammo is more than you possibly could need. Ammo amounts at the end. Yeah, ammo numbers at the end of SMZ3 just get really obnoxious.
Yeah,
because especially missiles, because you're picking up all those missiles.
Bombs.
Yeah. So yeah, Duck probably going to take the portal out of this, I think.
Yeah. He won't be getting that shield after all, because no speed booster means he's not gonna get it.
Nope. He might not even check it.
Yeah. Oh, there's a second medallion.
Bombos medallion? Another one of those TBD could be significant.
Yeah, we will probably see somebody use that in Ice Palace against Cold Stare, because that's just the OP way to break open the shell. But it is a little bit slower than just pew pew fire rod, so we'll see.
Yeah, it depends on overall like sword situation. It is faster, like you say, to use fire rod. But if you have a weak sword, you might instead want to save that magic for fire rod shots. And Duck is not going to check that shield.
All right.
So
see you later, alligator.
Bye, shield. And farfelu is just going to head straight to Lower Norfair, which is I think a good thing to do here.
Yep, I think this is the right kind of play because there's so many items down here. You have to do it anyways too. So if it gets you anything as far as Moon Pearl, Mirror, Flute, Boots, probably would help you out.
Yeah, Croc or Meridia, the other choices the runners have right now. And Duck gonna do he's gonna take that glove and he's gonna go do back of escape before he has
we haven't seen this yet.
We have not seen this.
It's an hour in and we haven't seen the back of escape yet.
And then he can save and quit to the mountain and head back to do whichever area he chooses to do over here.
Yep.
There's your Moon Pearl. And Boots.
There it is. Oh, wow. That's a nice
Boots and Moon Pearl. And he's gonna keep going and do no, he doesn't have a key. He can't go to Dark Cross. So he was thinking about it.
Is at the actual Dark Cross, I believe.
I think that's correct. Because we saw the map on Farflu's side when he did Front of Escape. He did not do Dark Cross.
I think the map was at Zelda's chest, so the key has to be there.
So this is Dark World access for Duck.
Yeah. Ooh.
He's going to buy bombs.
That's probably good.
So, very significant route divergence between our runners right now.
Yeah, this could be a little
ice screw attack.
Spicy. There's my favorite item.
If Duck might not get that if he gets flute and mitts and decides to backdoor Lower Norfair, so to speak, and go through the portal. He'll probably see that screw attack, feel a little sad that he can't pick it up for the one area that it benefits the most, and not pick it up, because you're not going to go all the way back around just to pick up a screw attack, especially if you already have Plasma Beam. Whereas Farfelu coming around from the intended direction, you see that screw attack right before you're doing Lower Norfair, you're absolutely picking that up.
Yeah, and Kirby fan in chat making a good point. That is French vanilla, because normally
sure is.
It's a missile there, and then you get the screw attack after Gold Teresa. But not today.
Farfelu going to be in the Mire area as a bunny. He's not going to be able to do anything really here.
He's a little Yoshi egg.
I know, isn't the Yoshi egg? I mean, the Yoshi sprite is so much fun.
That is so cute. I love that. All right.
Just checks the medallion. He didn't know yet that Mire is a pendant, So, and actually, there's a possibility that Duck doesn't even do this area, depending on when he gets to LN.
Yeah, that's true.
He might not even check Meyer because unless he has the mirror to do desert, because really he doesn't. He already knows that Meyer is a pendant, and
Yep.
theoretically might not need to be done.
I
And
love
Duck's gonna-
going through this room with screw attack.
Oh, it's great. Screw attack
Oh
plus
my
space jump
gosh.
in that room is so cool.
Yeah, even without space jump, I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have to lay bombs for this crap. It takes too long.
Meanwhile, we are going to see a completed Eastern Palace from Duck. This might be in part because he might be worried that farfelu might have gone further, and he'd be right, but he didn't go. Farfelu didn't go this far, so this is a new check for us. It's the big key. Actually, it had to be the big key because that's all we had left. Or sorry,
and when
the
you
only location
consider
left.
that you get the powder just before coming here, and that's where your moon pearl was.
Yep.
And your bow was your morph ball, not your moon pearl. Your bow is morph locked, so you've got to probably guess that both players would have to come back if they dipped in here.
Right. So he knows that farfelu is going to have double dick, but this is kind of a play to say, hey, maybe my opponent got something in that big chest.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure I do this now.
Ridley's going to be a piece of pie.
I mean, he's got 20 supers plus full beam combo.
Yeah.
Has he turned his ice beam back on? Because I think I would.
Yeah, he's full beam right now.
Yeah. Turning that you want that full beam combo for Ridley. I mean, it's four extra shots if you have ice beam off, but that's still 4 extra shots on Ridley that you maybe don't want to take. Duck gonna go for this quick kill on the Armos Knights. Gets it.
I watched Solsky do an Armos Knights strat the other day that I had never seen before.
Solsky doing a boss strat?
Because of... I think he had silvers, so he instead shot in a cross pattern from the middle. It was really weird, but I think it was because he could just one-shot out all of them. I can't remember,
with silvers, just the optimal strat. It's makes a bigger difference when you don't have silvers. And Duck gonna follow these boots at least to this check here.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, farfelu into the Ridley fight. Hey, another bottle for you.
Great. No, I think they're both tied at 2.
Sounds about right. Now he's gonna check Lumberjack, and I believe it was a piece of heart that he'll see.
Yeah. Good Ridley fight.
Yep. No, nice Duck, you do not have to kill Aga. Crystal 4 on Ridley. And just a +5 arrows for farfelu behind Ridley. Okay, Duck, what are we gonna do next? This could be a hype
front of escape?
Nah, he's not doing front of escape yet.
Yeah.
Duck might never get to front of escape. That spring ball definitely not
very
required.
Much there anyways.
Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, the only thing of significance there was that a spring ball and Duck's not going to need that. Where are you going, Duck?
He's draining. No. Oh, okay. He's heading to desert. All right.
Okay. I thought hype cave maybe. Thieves Town is a crystal maybe, but no, we're just going to do desert. Even though if we find we do need a mirror in this
now.
Yes, he does. So he can complete the dungeon.
But it is full clear.
What I don't like about this play is he knows the mirror has to show up at some point.
Yeah.
So he could just do this from Lower Norfair if he wanted to. Yeah. Or if the flute shows up, flute and mitts, he could do it that way. We don't know what's here. I think farfelu got 1 item out of this dungeon, so there is a second item either in the big chest or on Landmo.
Maybe he's trying to think that where he left Brinstar for so long, and that's where the glove was, which led to boots, that maybe there's something in desert that he's just missing.
That's possible. And, with Meyer being a pendant, maybe he's going to go for being able to just skip that area entirely.
Yeah. Yep.
So just do desert now, and then you don't even have to worry about going into the mire area, potentially. We don't know, because Farfelu was still a bunny, or in his case, because he's Yoshi, he was an egg, and was unable to do anything there but check the medallion requirement and check the pendants and crystals and bosses. So if there's nothing in the mire area and Duck can manage to skip the SMGT area... Oh, hi, Mitz.
Oh, that's right. Flippers in Eastern led to...
Yeah, okay, Flippers led to Powder.
I was thinking that Powder was at Sahasrah's back 3, so that's my bad.
So the only thing in LN that was required, those mitts, we need them. We may only need them for Ice Palace. And just a compass at the big chest, so Lanmo has the item.
We have everything we need to defeat Lanmo very, very easily, so it should be a pretty quick fight. Probably do Fire Rod?
Yeah, Fire Rod for sure.
One of those things.
The spin speed. That's such a dangerous play too, to go for the hook speed or the spin speed from that entrance, because you're so close to that ledge.
I know. I would be off it every single time.
No, I will not touch that. Like, no. 2 seconds. Save a couple of seconds at the risk of losing, a minute or two. And Farfelu can do Croc. I mean, we got full beam combo. It's gonna take one shot, and Croc will just keep walking back into the acid. Chat suggesting mirror go mode. I would say maybe mirror no mode. Let's see. We need the mirror for Swamp, and that's all we actually. Yeah, that's all we need. Unfortunately, go -1 in SM is quite the thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Farfelu still needs to find the Fire Rod though, and the Moon Pearl.
And the boots.
And the boots. Yeah, boots are required here.
All in the back of.
So if he could get a Moon Pearl go mode if he if the
we got mitts
here.
Too. Where was the other glove?
The first glove was in Brinstar, and second was in the Lower Norfolk Escape.
Oh, okay.
At the Franker Z missiles.
Right.
No, sorry, not the Franker Z, the Hotter Ruby missiles. Let's get those two mixed up. Hey, Doug, where are we headed now?
He's going Dark World, I guess. Thieves Town?
Yeah, I can see you do it. Thieves Town Village Outcast is a fairly item-dense area. Dungeon you need to clear that he can clear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's the mirror.
Oh, bottle vendor, yes.
Oh, sick kid.
All right, well, I think we have a collective no mode, right?
We do. Neither runner is that close to actual go mode, though. Both runners missing quite a few things that the other has. Duck needs to get the mitts in Lower Norfair.
And
mirror in Croc. Farfelu needs to get the Moon Pearl Moon Pearl and boots in back of Escape.
And Fire Rod.
Fire Rod. Where was Fire Rod? Where was Fire Rod? Trying to think where Duck is. It wasn't at Hera, which is one of the locations.
It was fairly early. Duck has had it for a while.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has. What did Duck do that Farfelu didn't early? Oh yeah, Fire Rod actually not even needed.
Fire Rod.
Yeah, that's true.
We do
because
have bombos.
Skullwoods and Turtle Rock are both
and we have bombos for Ice Palace.
So yeah.
So
So and I'm not even sure where that bombos is that Farfelu has that Duck doesn't. So
I think it was Lower Norfair somewhere.
So Farfelu is going to go ahead and do Meridia.
Yeah.
The
Just clear
concern
out Super
here
Metroid
is that
while you're done.
the back of escape is something you do so early often. It's a very easy thing
Oh,
to
yeah.
say, I'm not going to do that.
It was at the wave gate just before Wave Beam.
Oh, maybe he has it.
Fire Rod?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Bombos. Bombos was
Oh,
there.
Bombos, okay.
Yeah, so that's what Duck would need. Or, I mean, Duck's fine with Fire
I mean,
Rod,
Duck has
too.
Fire Rod, so they're both
Yeah.
fine for Ice
Yeah.
Palace.
Woohoo! Everybody's sizzling hot with their little Fire Rods and their Bombos and galleons.
Yeah, Duck doesn't know it, but if he just clears Norfair, he'll just be in go mode.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this is
Farfelu
also,
back
like...
of escape. For Duck, the difficult one is when do you do Croc?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
For Farfelu, the difficult thing is when do you do back of escape? Do you even remember that you didn't do back of escape because you're so used to doing it so much earlier? And do you think of it in terms of the if it's there, I lost already, which is definitely something that people do. So, yeah, there's a lot of game left to play. Yeah, I can't even begin to call
because at this point, like
ahead.
Duck can do outside of Swamp Palace, like full clear pod.
Yep.
Ice Palace.
Yep. You can't do ice yet.
Gloves.
Can't do you can't do the Ice Palace yet. So Duck would do this. Probably does pod.
Yeah, I would think that he
relatively
does like
soon.
The check over to hype and then pod.
He's gonna. I think Duck's gonna end up with mirror go mode. It's just a question of when does he do Croc.
Yeah.
And do those mitts take him away from doing Croc? Farfelu is just needs to go to back of escape and get his goodies there.
Yeah.
And that would put him in go mode. But he's got, Meridia is so big. It's got so many items. Going through and clearing that for him makes a lot of sense. And, the back of escape, again, it's just such an easy location to not think about when you're this far in.
And when you don't have Moon Pearl, you have to assume this late in that it's in Super Metroid somewhere.
Yeah, Moon Pearl and Super Metroid. Everything's in logic, so we haven't really done any logic breaking. There were a few dark rooms, but Lamp was readily available, so doesn't really count. I'm going to do this snail clip. Very nicely done.
I haven't ever seen anybody do it from that spot before.
Yeah, I've seen a few runners do it from that spot. It's basically the same thing. It's just a little bit. It's a little bit quicker if you can get it there. And we're going to see some saves coming of some sand pits. Don't think he'll do Shack Tool.
I don't like sand.
Or Plasma. I don't like sand either. It's the worst part of this game.
It's everywhere.
Meanwhile, Duck into the blind fight. Perfectly on script.
Ooh, a mushroom.
That's not what you want to see there.
No.
Okay, he's going to check the other sand pit to see if there's anything in the right sand pit. He may leave via the left sand pit and pick up that mushroom.
Right.
You just hope that there isn't something you want in both sand pits, because then decisions have to be made. We know there's nothing he needs in both sand pits. We know that mushroom at best could give him another sword. Or silvers, yeah. Could be silvers as well. But other than that, he's not going to get anything useful out of that. And there's nothing in the right sand pit, so probably going to go kill Dragon and leave. If he wants to pick up the mushroom, he'll leave via the left sand pit and pick the mushroom up then.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, there's a sword.
Cheeto. That's awesome. We'll probably see both of those get picked
You
up?
know, yeah, Farfelu might miss that. I mean, Go Mode Thieves Town is a rare thing, and frankly, not even a useful thing. But
Yeah,
you know, he'll get his stuff in back of escape, and really just won't need to check any of that.
that's a good point.
So you know,
So weird to me that it's like Go Mode Moon Pearl and Go Mode like Glove.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, we're definitely gonna have some interesting Go modes for these players.
Oh, Mirror. Yeah, that's right. For Duck, it would probably
Yeah,
be
Duck's
Mirror
gonna be
first.
Go Mode Mirror. I can't imagine he does Croc before he does Lower Norfair. Oh, hi, Gold
Oh.
Sword. Yeah, Farfelu might completely miss both of those swords. His Go
Unless
mode is
with
back of
Mick,
escape.
he like goes opposite direction into Thieves Town or something. Comes
No, he
from the
can't because
south.
the Moon Pearl. He needs to go to the back of escape to get his Moon Pearl. Moon Pearl
Oh,
and boots. That's
Oh,
all. Those
yeah.
are that's all he needs.
I forgot where that was. Yeah.
Duck heading into Hype Cave.
There it is. A single arrow.
Yep. Okay, I think this is going to be the play over to Pod for Duck. Oh, does he already have the red crystals?
Wow.
Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we haven't even seen like the ledge item over here.
Duck doing a quick map check to remind himself exactly what he needs to do. Farfelu makes quick work out of Dragon with full beam combo plus X-ray for a very nice microwave beam.
Oh.
Yeah, bombs are nice. Pick those up. Not hard required, but you know, a nice item to have.
Yep. He does also have Spring Ball, so it's a little less nice, only because he can already bounce. But for Duck, that would be pretty nice because I don't think he picked up Spring Ball. So.
Yeah, he never will.
Escape. No.
If this would be the time to do escape with a mirror, but he doesn't have a mirror, so he can't do it.
Nope.
Farfelu leaving, not going to pick up that mushroom. Going to take the chance that it's nothing. We'll see if he goes to back of escape. If he does, then he's going to be in really good shape.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, I don't know where he goes. Actually, running out of places.
Just think it is.
Yeah, this has got to be back of escape right here. So Duck kind of on a bit of a timer here. Needs to get to Lower Norfair. Needs to get to Croc. Biggest problem for Duck is he might be looking to get Flute plus mitts, and I mean, Flute might yet show up, but he's not getting those mitts. He will not be able to backdoor LN. Will have to do it from the front. Could end up doing from Pod. It wouldn't be unreasonable for him to backdoor into Meridia. And there's Boots and Moon Pearl, and that's Go mode for Farfelu. Still has a lot of game to play.
Yes.
So whereas Duck has
Link to the Past left to go.
Duck has 4 dungeons done. Farfelu has none. He is ahead on the boss count. So he's at all the SM bosses. Duck has done only 2. So Duck ahead by 2 bosses overall. But
and Dragon is really easy to get to if you save that for last before Mother Brain.
Yep.
I guess with it not being a Super Metroid reward.
Yeah, actually,
you might prioritize that after Lower Norfair.
You could do Dragon after you kill Mother Brain, because Dragon's a crystal.
Yeah, that's true.
Farfelu gonna rescue the old man. This might be the Hera play. So he knows he has to do it.
And he doesn't have to come back for GT, so...
Yeah.
When you're here,
Rock,
your family.
Yeah. And, Duck is gonna, we talked about this. Those swords are at locations that farfelu may very well skip. So a gold sword versus a master sword is going to be it's going to be a faster cold stare fight for Duck. And the Ganon fight is significantly, if silvers don't show up, it's going to be significantly. Nah, he's not.
Maybe he's looking for swords still too, so he might do a couple extra checks.
I could see him. Yeah, those checks in Village Outcast are not terrible. No, so I could see him doing them.
Just pick-em-ups.
But I could also see him skipping them. I mean, he knows who he's up against. Duck is and if you're rooting for Duck, you want this big key to be very deep in the dungeon so that farfelu has to do all of it, whereas Duck is going to do all of it because he's still looking for go mode. Nice clip. Farfelu using the old setup for Harapot. A lot more touchy. Does get it though.
Free health.
Yeah, that Duck already with the big key, so this is gonna be a much faster pod for farfelu than it is for Duck. Good thing for Duck to find here in one of these pod checks that farfelu's not going to do would be silver arrows. Not because he needs them to necessarily make his Ganon fight faster, but that would significantly speed up farfelu's Ganon fight.
Yes.
Given that he may not get another sword. And, if the silvers are back here, farfelu's not getting them.
No, when you hit go mode and you go to pod with not having done any checks, you're just going to go straight to Helmsword King.
Yeah, once you get your big key, you're gone.
Yeah.
Now, Harmless always going to have a small key. And Duck will probably pick it up because it's just a little more efficient to do the dungeon this way because he doesn't have the mirror.
Swamp Palace from
I think this is Swamp. I mean, it's a reasonable. Yeah, Swamp is I think a good place for farfelu to start because it's got enough on-path checks to look for things like another sword and silvers. The saying goes, "Always a sword in Swamp." Not the case today. It is a relatively quick dungeon, though.
Right into Swamp Palace. I could imagine Swamp Palace Hype Cave pod for a farfelu's next little routing.
Yeah, he might skip Hype Cave even.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting he's in go mode.
He's in go mode. He doesn't need anything. He might want a few things, but he doesn't.
I keep looking at the tracker and I'm like, yeah, we still need Fire Rod and
so used to arrows. Fire Rod not being hard required is not normal.
Yeah,
it does happen on occasion.
Fast Ganon stuff just really trips me up sometimes.
Thing is, even
I'm not used to it in SMZ3.
Even with Fast Ganon, though, he still has everything he needs.
Yeah.
It just means he just the extra, 5-10 minutes climb, depending on where the GT big key is. So, this check right here, he's not going to do it. He's just going to grab the key and go. So Duck is going to be done with pod soon. He can't do any more Link to the Past dungeons at the moment that have crystals. Because he can't do Swamp without the mirror, can't do Ice without the mitts, the two things he's missing. So I expect to see him go back into SM. It's just a question of, does he do LN? When does he do Croc? Does he do Meridia? What order does he do things in?
Yeah.
If he does things in the correct order,
right here.
If he does things in the correct order, then he's right in this race. If we get a full clear of Meridia before he goes to Croc, that could become problematic.
Yep.
But yeah, from pod, it's not too bad. Okay, he's saving and quitting. This could be save and quit to
Mountain.
Okay, Mountain. So that could be Meridia or Norfair, but I think it's going to be Norfair. I think Duck likes to backdoor Meridia if he can, and he'd have to front door it here.
Yep. A little action of the what the diver down here. I was like, is it down diving? What is this thing called again?
Yeah, diver down. Farfelu, just check those chests because they're free. And check this one, and yeah, so he doesn't get anything useful.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, Duck.
Those arrows
you
popped up, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, Duck didn't really want to get this item, but then he saw it was high jump boots, so he's like, yeah, I guess I gotta pick that up.
That'll help speed things up in Lower
Yeah,
Warfare.
it'll be interesting to see if he does the GT area.
He will be getting bombos through this little route here, and then we'll see if he goes straight to Lower Warfare or wants to do... I can't imagine he'd do Croc right away. That's...
You know, it's one of those things that if you do it now...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you do it now,
here.
it's so hard to get back to. He's going to do these Upper Norfair checks first. I kind of like going to lower before upper. I mean, he's going to do both anyway, because you'd end up doing the upper checks after Lower Norfair. But I like doing lower first, because you can get, you know, if you get the items, you can just skip this. Whereas, you know, now you're committed to having done these. You know, Farfelu in the Argus fight. Argus with anything less than tempered is kind of annoying.
He has hammer though, and fire rod. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he's got other choices for this last phase. So Duck is gonna have a much faster Argus fight because he'll have a gold sword, and you know he'll probably do some standard NMG fire rod strats for the final phase. Duck seeing all the things that he doesn't want in Upper Norfair. Gonna go do Wave Beam, and he'll take that right into Lower Norfair. And then the big question is, well, the two questions. Does he skip GT? The fact that he did Desert with the book says that maybe he skips GT. And does he do Croc after? Skipping GT would save him a ton of time. It would mean he doesn't get Screw Attack. He'll get a little bit of time back having Screw Attack.
Right.
Not a lot of time, but just makes, you know... Plasma Beam is a really nice item for Lower Norfair if you... yeah, this is where Bombos... Okay.
Yeah, the wave
Plasma Beam, you know, when you already have Plasma Beam, Screw Attack isn't quite as impactful to Lower Norfair. But it is still, you know, just makes things... You just... can go through everything really fast.
Yeah, the pillars and everything, like I said before, is just butter.
Yep.
Farfelu is missing a sword at the there's one at Stumpy. And Bombable Hut. Yep. So the brewery, or whatever you want to call it,
I could see maybe doing those Village of Outcast checks when he's in there for Thieves Town. I don't see him. He's definitely not going to Stumpy. Like that's too far out of the way.
Boop. Gets that little touch there from the enemy, so he gets the damage boost out of the room. Some people don't, Ashter. You're right, they don't go to Stumpy. Even when it's on the main path.
It does happen. It's a easily forgotten location. Okay, which way are you going, Duck? He's gonna do GT. He's gonna... Okay, well, I mean, this isn't too bad.
No, he'll get Screw Attack, so...
He'll get Screw Attack. Like I said, I'll get him a little time back. He'll see that, you know, he'll see that he can't do Mire, because I believe it was Ether, which is good. Keep him out of that Mire. He'll probably check Mire Shed, which we did not see.
Right.
And then he'll come back into LN and do LN. I don't think Screw Attack's not going to save him the amount of time this is going to take, though, so a little unfortunate. Yeah, let's get a Screw Attack. We'll have a very quick GT fight, because full beam combo does that.
This whole time, I didn't realize that I had the in Discord video muted. I thought it was just silent. And I could have been listening to game music this whole time. Wow. Now I feel sad. But I'm happy. I can hear the boss. My bad.
Yeah, just in time for some of the worst music in the game. The boss music. Okay, so Duck gonna do his Mire area checks. This won't take too long because he doesn't have Mirror to do extra things.
Yeah, and he knows that we don't need to do Mire, so... Oh, and no Ether even to open it, so...
Yeah, can't even open if he wanted to. Like, that would be a really tough call. If you could open Misery Mire right now.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get back here. But it's... Yeah, because it's... Exactly. It's a pendant. You know, if you could go in there, do you go in there? And then if you don't go in there, when you come back? And, you know, what if it's the item? But it's not, and you can't, so...
Yeah.
You won't.
I guess... There's only 2 items, and once you actually get in there, past, like, the second room, it's quite quick to check items, so somebody might find that worth if we weren't this, you know, this close, but...
Yeah, so farfelu, yeah, Duck will save time on the cold stare fight when he does it. Problem is he might do it before he gets Mirror, so might full clear Ice Palace. Just, you know, everything right now is hinging upon if Duck does Croc, then we have a race, and I don't know who's ahead. But if Duck skips Croc, then I would give farfelu a significant lead here.
Yes.
And it's just, you know, Croc is just one of those things. And Croc is kind of weird because, like, in hard mode, it's so much easier to get. In normal mode, I always tell new players in normal mode, if you have Varia, Speed, and Wave Beam, just go to Croc.
Yeah, that's probably where your Morphball is.
Yeah, exactly. Probably where your Morphball is. Just go do Croc, you know, when you have those things. Like, Wave Beam is a huge indicator of Crocomire in normal mode because of that gate right before it. But, you know, we in hard mode, we can gate glitch. So we don't care about, and Wave Beam has absolutely no logical implications in hard mode. So not as useful a clue.
Bonk. All right.
Get your big key. And he's not going to check the big chest. We know it's nothing anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the map or the compass, if I recall. When Duck gonna use some hundo strats for these metal pirates, does it very nicely. The idea being that if you can get the pirate running away from you, since it only takes 2 of those charge shots, you can double hit them and kill them much faster. That's true. It's also old route strat, because it would also have that full beam combo. Sadly, new route doesn't do that because they don't get plasma.
I don't understand how you couldn't. It's like my second favorite item in the whole game.
Plasma was a great item. I mean, new route doesn't get plasma, doesn't get space jump. I mean, come on, people.
You're taking all of the fun gadgets.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, farfelu is going with hammer strats on.
He doesn't have a fire rod.
Yeah, I would just feel like...
he doesn't have
I would just go with straight sword strats. I don't know. That just
Hammer's terrible on land.
Yeah, it's so crappy with the hitbox on it. Wow.
Yeah, all farfelu. Again, you know, with the only the master sword, all these fights are just going to be slower for farfelu.
Well, it's a lot faster than NMG. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, MG with your bow.
Yeah. Toothpick, either flying sticks or you're poking them with a toothpick. I don't know.
Yeah, Hammer's double sword slashes, but it's the same as sword spins. So I don't know. I definitely I prefer swords because you might double hit and then you get, you know, twice the damage of hammer. But yeah, I mean, he does get through it, so. Okay, where are
He
we
probably
going
did a
next?
better job with what he did than I would have done
Yeah,
myself.
so
So
we have Pod
well done.
Eastern now for farfelu.
Yep. That'll be a quick
And
little
looks like this,
mirror
like,
job.
yeah, looks like he's gonna do Thieves Town first. He won't save time in Eastern because the big key is in its vanilla spot. As I was saying to a friend of mine yesterday who was just learning SMZ3 and mostly just learning Z3 because he's a very accomplished SM runner. Kip, I'll even shout him out, kept asking, can the big key be here? And we kept saying yes, because it's the vanilla location. And then I just said, just whatever the worst spot in the dungeon is, just assume that's your big key.
Yeah.
Because that's typically where the big keys are, is in whatever your whatever the worst spot in a dungeon is, that's where your big key is going to be. If you think about it, it's almost always true. And the rare cases where it's not true is because the big chest is in an awful location instead. farfelu gonna grab a red potion. Which, yeah, makes a lot of sense. He's going to be doing, you know, he's expecting to do this master sword fight. A little unfortunate that he didn't instead do a check into the bombable hut, because if he did, he'd be very happy to get a sword.
Ooh.
Duck gets his mitts.
There you go,
And
Duck.
then this is going to be the moment of truth coming up soon. Does he do Croc?
This is the pivotal moment. As soon as he leaves this little hallway up here, it's gonna make or break the game, pretty much. So
yeah, this is the moment where I mean, farfelu might still be ahead even if Duck goes straight to Croc. But if Duck doesn't go to Croc, then it's just, you know, it's probably game. Honestly, I don't see how he catches up if he full clears Meridia, potentially full clears Ice Palace, potentially does mitts checks.
Mirror.
There's way too many things still coming. Yeah, what's a Croc? Mirrors at Croc.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tough call because, you know, no. Oh wait, what did?
He's gonna save so that he can reset if there's nothing at Croc.
If you don't save here, if you're going to Meridia. Here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
This is the Croc play.
This is gonna be a close race.
So,
excellent! This, I am so excited.
I know this is gonna be fun. After this, Duck has to do Swamp and Ice.
Yeah.
And farfelu has to do Pod Eastern. Duck, I think Duck's still trailing because he has to do Swamp Ice and he has to kill Dragon.
Yep.
But, you know, combat being, you know, he will have that significant combat advantage of the gold sword, and it does not look like farfelu is going to find either sword or silvers, and so that is going to play a role here.
Yeah, my only thought is if he does go south, if farfelu, after he finishes Thieves Town, heads south towards Pod.
Now you save and
Pod
quit.
Eastern play. That's what I imagine.
Yeah, I imagine he saves and quit. You know, I don't. He still has less to do though, so I think he's still in the lead. Just going to depend on how he executes on the Ganon fight, because not a free fight. I mean, I'm trying to remember if the runners have cape, but he doesn't have any kind of magic extension, so really doesn't have enough magic to make really good use of that cape. Would have to just could do Cane of Samaria strats. There are some nice things you can do there.
Yep.
Swamp and Ice, very quick dungeons when they're in go mode, as we saw from farfelu's side. Dragon, not quite as quick because you gotta get all the way over there. That's the biggest thing, is Duck has to do Dragon as well.
Yep.
He also has to leave this area. Palace, he can't reset to a save.
He could take the back route to Dragon after Ice Palace.
No, not from Ice Palace. You can't, because you can't get off the island. More likely, you would I would say you would do Dragon and then do that into Ice Palace from the back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so easy to forget that. Duck says, I want no part of that heart container.
completely forget the Ice Palace entryway is all like, hey, I'm a bully. But you could just mirror. No, never mind.
Yeah, there's that mirror. There's go mode for Duck.
All right.
Probably happy he checked this before checking the grapple beam location.
Yeah, or any of Meridia.
Yeah, so true. So yeah, to me, Duck's best route, get out of LN as quick or Upper Norfair as quickly as possible. Go kill Dragon from the back door. Do Ice Palace and then Swamp Palace into Ganon. Farfelu, a little easier. He's gonna be able to double up Pod and Eastern. That's all he has left to do.
And he did just save and quit, so there's still no sword from Stumpy.
Yeah, he's not getting a sword. He's not getting silvers.
No.
There's nowhere else either one of these runners is gonna look. In fact,
Deep
Duck probably doesn't
band.
even. I would imagine the Duck doesn't even open any chests in ice. And what do you? Oh, he needed that super. Duck, please.
He got it. Whew.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. Gets the drop he needs and realizes at the last minute that he needs it. Save and quit from Duck. And let's see what he does next.
Right into the Dark World heading for Pod. Or, yeah. I mean, for
he might do Swamp first and then do Dragon into Ice. Although Swamp into Ganon is pretty darn good.
And he does have Pod done, so I just marked it on the tracker because he did beat up Helmasaur King.
He sure did. But he has to do Dragon before he does Ganon. So yeah, he's gonna do Swamp first. Yeah, I don't think like I said, I don't think Duck checks anything. He's gonna pick up the small key in the first chest because you have to.
Yep.
And that'll be it. I don't think he checks any of these chests. There's just no reason to. Silvers would be nice, but you've got Gold Sword. You don't need silvers.
Yep. Unless it's like muscle memory and he just happens to like stop and open a chest. I don't anticipate that's
the diver down chests are pretty darn quick if he wants to do those. But it would
the waterfall diver down. I mean, obviously, you could hope that silvers are there, or a piece of heart or something, top your health off or something. But
grabs a small key. And we're gonna see how much faster he can do these boss fights in. And Duck can do the speed run strat for diver down. So he doesn't actually have to jump into the water when you do it from this side. There we go.
You just gotta like wiggle your little butt in between the two things.
Yep,
squeak,
pretty much.
Squeak, squeak, and then you're done. Very well done.
Did open those two chests. Those are, like I said, those chests are pretty free, but it's not going to do the push block in the waterfall room.
Pew, pew, pew. Good job. Nice fight.
Yeah, not the quick kill, but did it really relatively fast.
Better than I could do.
Duck on the Argus fight.
Pew, 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 pew. Oh, no. Oh.
I was going for the 0 cycle. Not going to quite get it, but this is not going to take long after that. And going to use those fire rod strats. So this will be a very quick finish.
Ooh. Argus is a slippery little snail.
Okay, didn't quite have the second phase Argus that I was expecting. Would have expected at worst to have to do 2 shots there instead of 3, but yeah, it's done. And I expect this will be Dragon now.
Yeah. It's got to be. This is going to be really close.
Yeah, Farfelu's not going to take too long in this pod. The big key was fairly early. Didn't actually see where Duck picked it up, but it was definitely in the front half of the dungeon. We'll have to see where it is.
Yeah. The big key?
Yeah, the big key in pod.
In pod. Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay, there it is. There it is in the drop-down chest.
I was going to say, I think it was either in the vanilla chest or the drop-down chest.
And Duck not having Spring Ball is going to be a little bit slower on these ohms. What are you checking? Oh, are you gonna farm? This has got to be a farm. You don't need to farm. You've got Microwave Beam. This fight is free. Probably did need I don't know. He might not have had a super, so maybe he did need the super.
Yeah. I feel like these the mock droids
yeah,
also
I would have
are
honestly
pretty good at dropping them.
Yeah, I would have bet on a mock droid.
Of course, then it drops a power bomb.
Power bomb. You don't see that every day. Okay, here we go.
Great.
This will be a very quick Dragon fight. Meanwhile, Farfelu is making his way into the Helmasaur fight.
Oh, he's got to go through turtle rooms and a couple things left.
Yeah, he's got some things.
Oof.
The big question here: can Farfelu get through the Ganon fight fast enough to keep this lead? He's gonna have to do his Ganon fight is gonna be significantly harder and significantly longer. We'll have to do 24 sword spins to Duck's 12. And then the Duck will be able to easily, with Gold Sword, for a runner of Duck's caliber, the 1-in-1 is basically free. Farfelu really can't do a 1-on-1 with Master Sword. So the first couple phases also going to be much slower for him.
Yeah.
Their Turians are going to be really similar. They have the same beam combination, all the same SM items. Neither one of them has speed booster.
It's going to be a close one.
Duck might, either one of them might choose to refill. Duck currently at 0 supers, so when he goes back into SM, he will have 0 supers. But, he's got 49 missiles in his inventory. He doesn't necessarily need to take a refill. And, with as close as this race is looking like, it's going to be a little thing like that could make a difference.
Yep.
And Duck heading towards Ice Palace. Ice Palace super quick in go mode. Icebreaker makes it a little bit faster even. Icebreaker versus not Icebreaker. Actually not that big a difference in go mode. Only about 10-15 seconds. But it is something. Duck, where are you going?
First, or
No? Is this Ganon first?
Maybe?
I don't like this. With that, if you had Flute, then he does. Yeah, with Mirror you can just mirror in front of Ice Palace, and just do it then. But without Mirror, without Flute, getting to Ice, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe this. I guess saving quick back. Maybe this is better. I don't know. So Duck actually going to get into the Ganon fight first.
Hey, I'm holding my breath. Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is just save and quit to Link's house, run over.
Yeah, that's true. This might be
swim
better.
Over.
Yeah. I'm convinced now. This is better. The 4 hearts, not so great.
Ooh. I feel like I could have felt that on the back of my shirt. Those fireballs, as close as they
Okay.
were.
Okay, he's through. Yeah, got the 1-1.
Yeah.
Did not take another hit. So
Ooh.
should be fine.
Yeah.
farfelu starting his Ganon fight. This is going to be a much longer fight for him. Already setting up for sword spins. farfelu does have a red potion, does not have a green potion. So that cape, I'm pretty certain the runners have capes. But that cape not going to help farfelu out very much. Just does not have enough magic to use it very much.
Nice.
And Duck,
So
meanwhile,
the
already about halfway
round.
through the final phase of Ganon.
Nice shots there. Good timing.
farfelu into the second phase, and this is the most difficult phase of the Master Sword fight.
Right. Ganon's finished for Duck on the right.
So far, doing a good job of keeping that health up. Again, does have a potion. Duck saving and quitting, gonna head over to Ice Palace. Uh-oh. Duck! Well, this is unfortunate. He needs to actually go do Ice Palace.
Yeah, this
Duck.
is...
Duck, you need to go do Ice Palace. This is not good. He's gonna G3.
Yeah.
Like, we're so used to end of the game. And this is why pendants and crystals and SM are bad. Like, this is gonna... I mean, we don't know who would have won otherwise, but this... Unless he remembers right now. Because this will spit him out very close to Ice Palace if he does this. Nope, he doesn't.
Nope.
This is gonna cost him the race, I think.
Oh, man. Oh, no. My stomach hurts now. He didn't get that big 20, though. Haha.
Yeah, he's got one more shot at it. He's gonna get the bad news now. Oh, farfelu missed torch glitch, apparently. Oh, that's really bad. So both runners having their own issues. Duck realizing that, oops, I did not do Ice Palace.
Oh, no, my heart.
Smart that he did go ahead and reset.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think the reset is the way to go here. Now, there's still things that could happen to farfelu, but at this point, I think farfelu just has to make a huge mistake. Take a death here or something, and, you know, we don't want to see that.
No. Just take it slow, be patient, wait for the right time. You
He's trying to do this with just the lamp, too.
Yep.
Which yeah, this is... With fire rod shots, with fire rod only, this is actually have to be perfect. Triples every time, so yeah. Is basically forced to use the lamp here.
Just take it slow, and you'll still be all right.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even
have,
it doesn't even have fire rod, so it doesn't even have that option. But in the end, it doesn't matter because with Master 24, with a one full magic bar and Master Sword, you have to hit every triple. Duck in Ice Palace. Yeah, you gotta. That guy is the one you need to kill for the key. And it is still a go mode Ice Palace.
Oof. I'm like holding my breath. I'm so nervous right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit this switch because in go mode you don't want to be searching for the big key. Farfelu down to 2.5 hearts. Does have that potion. Does not have a green though. So he runs out of magic. He will have to try again.
I stopped counting. I don't even remember where we're at.
I can't even count when I'm doing this fight, let alone when somebody else is doing it. Duck, what exactly are you looking for? You've already killed Ganon. The only thing... There's literally nothing else.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's out of magic. And Duck is still in this because of that.
This is insane.
Yeah, I mean, we had a missed torch glitch is bringing this back to even, essentially. Duck having forgotten that he had to do Ice Palace to get that last Super Metroid boss totem, or token, or whatever you want to call it.
That big pit. Yeah, that's worth it.
And then Farfelu, you know, looking like he was going to be in better shape because of that, and now I think he's running over towards. Is this a run towards Waterfall Fairy?
Mirror here.
Okay, no, he's just going. Yeah, he's just going to go to the potion shop. That makes sense. You have plenty of money. Yeah. Buy a green, fill it up, buy another. I would buy 2 greens, honestly.
He probably has enough potions to be able to buy 2.
Yeah, yes. Or you could buy the blue as well. Blue. Yeah, get a blue.
That's probably a smart idea.
Either way, you want to get more magic refill. Yeah, and Azure in chat suggesting that if you miss the torch glitch, just start over. And I think in Farfelu's case, because he just didn't have, even more so, because trying to do Ganon with spins and a lamp is so much more difficult to get any kind of spins in when you have to double lamp. Double Fire Rod, if you have enough magic, is really not that big a deal. But, you know, either way, Farfelu didn't have the magic for it. If he'd had the Fire Rod. Okay, Duck finishes Ice Palace and is now in the lead. Farfelu back in the Ganon fight. Despite his G3 mistake.
This race was more than I expected for the first time that I come back to commentating after like a year.
Oh, isn't it great?
Yeah, this is pretty good showing, and I appreciate both Duck and Farfelu for this. It's
both really good runners. Yeah, I mean, both good at both games. Duck, I'm not sure which. I want to say Farfelu kind of came from both. More from an SMZ3 side, but I would say more from a SM side. Duck coming from the Link to the Past side. Yeah, okay, I'm impressed. Duck skipping that red rupee 3 times. That takes skill.
Persistence.
In the end, Duck having the swords making a huge difference. Now, I feel like Duck would have been he's probably a lot more experienced at this fight, even with Master Sword. But Gold Sword just made that fight so much freer for him.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Not even just the sword spins at the end, but the previous phases of Ganon. Yeah, every part of this fight is just so much easier when you have more than Master Sword. Meanwhile, Duck in Metroid Room 3.
Making quick work. The little cute guys over here. Nice.
Oh, and Ganon's warping just everywhere in this last phase. Now in SMZ3, it's not like Link to the Past where both runners are going to get the same warp cycles. But even if it were, we do have the Farfelu here is in his second fight. So, and unfortunately gets that's the you try and get that early spin in, and there's a quarter chance he doesn't move, and therefore you can't get that free hit. It does get torch glitch this time, so I'll make this a lot better.
Ooh.
Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, it apparently wasn't the free spin. He went early. Okay. Didn't quite catch the timing of it.
Ducks past the baby.
Yeah, it didn't get baby skip,
refill.
but no speed booster, so it is a much harder trick to perform without speed booster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Little surprised he's fine on magic there. A little surprised he didn't use his red potion instead of the blue. But should still have enough magic to do this because he's going to be using lamp. Duck not even bothering with Zeb skip. A page out of my playbook. You know, you're this late in a seed. The time save in Zeb skip is more that you're not picking up ammo. Well, you've got a ton of ammo right now, so the time save is still there, but it's a lot less significant.
You say as late as it is in the seed, but we're only at 2 hours for an
Oh, well, yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
this,
I wonder if Duck could have, speculation, but maybe he could have sub-2'd if he hadn't G3'd, but
yeah.
I think it still would have been a little bit more than 2.
It would have been close.
2 hours, because, you know, you still have this fight. It's 20 shots, you know, plus not enough E-tanks for stand-up, so not going to be seeing any stand-up. And of course, the escape.
Such a beam phase. Farfelu's finished up.
Ganon, yeah, there's Ganon for Ganon, while Duck is damaging down for Mother Brain 3.
1G for Farfelu.
But yeah, Emo Star in chat pointing out that the timing is not quite the same with Lamp as it is with Fire Rod, and Farfelu maybe just not used to using the Lamp in that fight. All right, Farfelu going to head towards Turian, but at this point, there's really not a whole lot of mistakes that Duck could make. Both of them had their one big mistake, Farfelu missing the torch glitch, Duck forgetting to do Ice Palace. So that, I don't know if that evened out or not, but it did make it certainly interesting towards the end.
Bye, baby. R.I.P.
You know, it's funny with both of their mistakes. Like normally you'd think, you know, you're gonna sub 210 a seed. You should be feeling pretty good, but you know, those mistakes at the end, I know I don't care how fast the seed is for me. If I make those kind of mistakes at the end, I'm not feeling good.
Yeah. And of course you know, with as much as that is, you're still looking at the race room like any second now, right before just any second, especially having forgotten an entire dungeon, going to Turian and being like, oh no, what have I done? And even just like the simplest thing, like having speed booster, Apathy doesn't know where it is, and Farfelu could have picked it up and they might have finished just seconds before where you're like, that's the difference, and it doesn't feel great, but this has been a really good match.
And we'll have to wall jump up this climb. They're gonna go for the left side wall jump. That's pretty standard. And go ahead and get your GGs in chat for apathyduck. Gonna take this one, finishing up with an official race time of 2:03:46.
GGs to Duck. Right, and a Zebsip from Farfelu over there as we head into the Mother Brain fight.
And we have apathyduck joining us.
GG.
Ice Palace, anyone?
Yeah.
That I mean that could have cost.
I don't think it was fun. I mean, I would have gotten some routing efficiency back because instead of going to Ganon, I should have just gone to Ice.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was 4 minutes. Like going down to G3 is like a minute, maybe.
Yeah, we thought that maybe doing a save and quit out of Ganon was what your plan was, to save and quit out of Ganon and run over to Ice Palace from there, which I think would have been fine. I think that would have worked out well. Rather than doing Ice Palace first, because once you finish Ice Palace,
you have to mirror
again. You have to mirror or save and quit, and then get back
the
to
route
the
should have been
world.
Swamp, Dre, Ice Palace.
Yeah,
and then save and quit the Ganon.
That's what I thought at first, and then
that's what we were thinking.
Chat was also being like, "Well, you can go defeat Ganon now, save and quit from the pyramid to Link's
go to
house,
Ice, which I think
dash over to Ice Palace."
Yeah.
Except that you maybe forget Ice Palace. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, if I forget Ice Palace. Well, I mean, the problem, like, I was trying to, because I know I had Swamp, I had Dragon. Normally, like, you would do, when you have Dragon left, you do Dragon after Ganon, but with the boss shuffle and Dragon being a crystal, I couldn't do that, so I was trying to route it. I was like, oh, I'll just do Swamp. Then I can do Dragon, and I just completely, like, forgot Ice, because Ice could have kind of gotten slotted in anywhere, but it would have made sense after Dre. I think would have been the best, but yeah. I mean, meantime, like, the big thing was, like, I was literally gonna go to Norfair and do LN, and I was like, well, I might as well do Backup Escape. And then, of course, Dark World has nothing. So, I mean, I got Gold Sword out of it.
Which made a difference. I mean, the Gold Sword maybe doesn't, but
yeah,
Temper,
I mean,
certainly.
I was talking to Farf, so I think him doing Meridia and me doing Dark World is probably pretty close to a wash, time-wise. So,
except his Ganon fight was...
Well, yeah, I
mean, the Ganon fight, the fact that you had that, they had at least, tempered, Gold Sword. I don't think Gold Sword makes a huge difference for you.
The way I played it,
other than in Cold Star. Other than maybe in Cold Star,
fell
but
out
yeah.
During that fight, but whatever.
But yeah, the fact that he had the Master Sword, then had the Torch Clutch miss, and then didn't quite finish out the fight the first time.
Yeah, I was talking to him in chat. If we're playing Get Stuff Back, I get G3 back, so I think I'm still okay.
Yep, fair enough.
That's like, if we get to just claw.
I mean, I kind of would have been interested to see what would have happened if you hadn't G3'd, he hadn't missed Torch Clutch, and then just because it was still a matter of. You had one extra boss to kill. Like, it got to the point where he had Pod Eastern, you had Swamp Ice Dragon, but you had the sword advantage, which without silvers is especially significant in the Ganon fight. And so it was like, okay, can Farfelu, who we would have, if you'd done Ice before Ganon, would have gone into Ganon quicker, does he do that fight fast enough that he still has a lead into SM? And because you had all the same things for SM, there was virtually no difference there.
Yeah,
other than a slight ammo difference.
I think I still have it in that. I mean, he did lose a lot of time, but like, if you give me G3,
would it make sense?
Like, if I didn't G3 and he didn't do, if I G3 and he didn't do that, he probably wins. But if we both get our mistakes back, then I think I still
Yeah,
I
think yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It would have been fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, I feel bad. Like, getting a 208 and losing is in the first round is ridiculous. So,
yeah. I mean,
me.
it was a fairly quick seed. Like, I mean, having back of escape be your go mode, which was the case for farfelu, pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, the big I was saying, like, I was going to Norfair, finding the mitts on the way out may have made me skip Croc. I don't know. Without speed, I feel like probably I would do it, especially with charge at that point, because I did this. I did the save scum there.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
with
big
the
moment.
intention of doing the frog speedway glitch.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, if I have like charge, or if I have that beam, I'll save there instead of saving in Croc, because you can just pop right back out.
Yeah, because that was the big moment. Was were you going to do Croc? Because if you didn't do Croc, then he just has a big lead. Because
yeah, I mean, if I
was
don't
already
Croc, I'm obviously done with the time you got, because I would have been doing Meridia at that point, and then it just would have been over.
Yep, that's
GG's
right.
to farfelu for finishing on stream.
Yeah, with an official race time of 2:08:39. Very well played. But yeah, it was. I mean, I knew this was going to be a good matchup, and it certainly didn't disappoint.
Yeah, I was also explaining to him that one of the reasons I was trying to put off Meridia, like, I had the sort of like the Meridia versus Norfair, like, I could have done either one.
Right.
I had the Grapple Scout, so like I was just, if I was doing Meridia, I was doing Shack Tool. So I wanted to put that off till later, till I was sort of a little bit more forced to do it.
Yeah,
so,
that totally makes sense, because you knew
Shack was
in logic. You knew Shack was in logic because it was
Yeah.
Ether tab.
Once I saw that grapple, I'm like, well, I'm never getting this, but like I will never do Shack out of logic just because it's so slow. But this was one of the few times where like I had the Scout of the grapple, but didn't actually have it. So like, it's like one of the only times I'll actually ice clip.
Yeah, totally makes sense. And bringing in farfelu, GG's farfelu.
Hey, GG.
So
GG
yeah,
GG's.
GG.
So apparently, I know you have discussed some of the goings on of that race. Certainly was an interesting. Certainly was an interesting end to it, where he G3'd and you missed that torch glitch. Did he tell you where the swords he picked up were?
Yes.
Yeah, there was one at Stumpy, I think, and the other one in Dark World as well.
Yeah, brewery. Yep.
Yeah, right.
I literally got the swords back-to-back checks.
Yep.
The way I routed it.
And I was like, well, maybe after Thieves Town, if farfelu finishes and then heads south over to Pod and Eastern, and then Tracy was like, no, he'll save and quit. And I was like, oh, you're right.
Yep.
Well, there goes that chance.
Yep. Yeah, and without like farfelu could have. I mean, you could have gone and gotten some magic extension bottles, but without a flute, routing in the magic shop is a big pain. So yeah, don't really blame me for not doing that. Like, it's just just a tough situation with only that master sword, no fire rod, missed torch glitch, like everything that could go wrong in that situation.
I should have been fine. The biggest problem was Ganon's placement at the end of phase 3, so I could not get the torch glitch. But yeah, definitely a sword would have helped.
Absolutely. Yeah, the missed torch glitch, played a big role there.
For all of the things that happened independently with each of you, this seed was insanely fast.
It really was.
And you guys did a really good job of both doing things kind of differently, but at the opposite time. So it was interesting to watch. And
yeah,
I appreciated that.
We were in no mode for quite a while.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was definitely fast. At last, I could get Jitsi before I get out of that tournament, because all my my group matches have been around 3 hours seed. All my go mode item were medallion. So it was pretty much a full clear every time. And now we just see on stream my collected item rate. 136.
Like, those are pretty good rates for Link to the Past by itself.
Yeah.
When you think about it, especially 136. Those are insane for SMZ3. Now, granted, we have fast Ganon, so there's no cushioning of you know, the
GT and
GT
whatnot.
pickups. But even that, you know, is only at most, I guess, 27 items. And no one ever opens big chests for really 26 at absolute most. If you're, you know, last location, the big key in like tile room or something, and you know, look for silvers or a sword in the top.
Yeah, I mean the collection rate difference is basically just he did more SM, which means you just peek and leave. Where I was doing it a length of the patch where I'm opening everything. So that was really the difference.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did get the sub 2 in game time though, so
there you go.
Unfortunately, I didn't get 2 sub 1s. I got a sub 1 SM. Still not my best SM. I got like a 47 one time.
Nice.
That was something stupid. That might have been co-op though, so that might be cheating a bit, but it was an insanely fast time.
See, so looks like Duck, you're going to move on. You'll face the winner of Polar Bear Bunny versus Tony T. Young, which won't be played until Monday. I assume you'll be have some vested interest watching that one.
I mean, I'm going to be at the rookie camp, so.
What?
The Pacific rookie camp's in town. I'm going on Monday.
I don't even know what that is.
Pacific Division, Duck Sharks, Arizona, Vegas.
Oh, that rookie camp. Oh, yeah. I should know what that is because I would go to that
it was happening
if I still lived in the city you live in, I would be going to.
Yeah. I mean, I quite obviously
perhaps the size, but you know,
you don't have to be that coy about it. But, yeah. Yeah, so I'll check in on the score at some point, but.
And farfelu, unfortunately, that's going to be it for you in this tournament. Thoughts?
Well, before I leave this tournament, I just want to say thank you for organizing this, and thank you for doing comms as well. I think it's the first time I see a Miss Metroid 2 every stream, so...
Yeah, I haven't commentated in a long time.
It's been a while, but she's good.
She should do return. More. Thank you.
Well, that would be interesting to watch back. So, yeah, it was pretty fun to be a part in this tournament, and I wish the best of luck to Duck in the next round.
Yeah. So, anything else either one of you wants to add before we close this out?
Oh, Duck. Good job in avoiding that big 20.
Oh, yeah. I said
every single time.
Because I said, pick that up, Duck. You're just going to pick it up later.
Yeah. I actually had
you avoided it two more
times. In practice last night, too, where I was so low on ammo, I'd actually scouted Terminator early, and it was a missile pack, and I needed that missile pack to get me to 1 extra missile. So I actually wanted to run into Terminator.
Nice. That's funny. This one you had full beam, so actually I do have a question for you, Duck. You do realize how free the 2-round of Fantoon is with full beam combo, right?
I had to turn ice back on though.
Yeah, so.
And then
you'd have to turn it back off again.
I mean, if you if you had
you realize how free the Doppler
miss,
2-round is, right? Like if I don't mess
now
up.
when you miss, you miss.
Yeah, I don't like the jump was really like I don't know. It was I
had
a really weird jump and I got hit and then he went high. So it's really off. But.
It was a funny moment. We're like, yeah, I would say if he turns ice back on, you get a free 2-round.
Yeah,
if he doesn't turn it, it's a free one. It's a free 3-round.
I just didn't feel like turning ice on. I didn't really want it on until later. So, with 2 pauses, and then I was just like, I'll just go for it. Worst comes to worst, I got a 3-round.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, I love having full beam combo there. Just 4 missiles. Charge shot, 4 missiles, charge
but
shot.
I do run RVO. I know the 2-round. It's fine.
I'm just explaining it to people. I know you know it. Just explaining it out to the watchers, to the viewers out there. Yeah. Okay. So now we'll get back to anything else either one of you want to add before we close this out.
This is it's my revenge from the SMR tournament. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, moving on into the quarterfinals. Farfelu, got anything else?
Oh yeah, suggestion for next year. So now we've had a fast Ganon, which means no Ganon Tower. I think next year we should do clear Ganon Tower and don't kill Ganon. Like Fast GT or
Interesting.
something like that.
That's again, you might want to talk to Total on making that work, but
Yeah.
certainly a thing that could happen, I suppose. Maybe I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of programming these things, so. And G4 opening up with GT done, maybe I don't know. Who knows what the future holds for more options in SMZ3. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for us. Want to thank Miss Metroid for joining me on comms. We should do this more often.
Yes,
Glove.
I should.
Glove on the tracking. Had to come in last minute because our original tracker. I'm going to shout out Hydropower, who was going to track but had power issues, ironically, with that name. And so Glove thankfully took over for us. Tracker is always the MVPs of these races. We can't do it without them. And Glove doing a great job tonight. Want to thank our runners, apathyduck and farfelu. If you're not already following them, please click on the links if they actually come up. And also thank you to all of you in chat. We are going to do something a little unusual on SpeedGaming. We're going to send you over to Solski's channel because he is restreaming Ivan versus I know this Zempt over on his channel, and so we'll be able to catch the end of that on his channel. And yeah, stay tuned for more SMZ3 right there. And yeah, that'll do it for us. Miss Metroid, you got anything else?
No, just make sure to tune in. We may try to get a restream for Tony versus Polar Bear Bunny on Monday. Also make sure to check the schedule for any other future races that may be coming up. Yeah, and I think that's it.
All right. Good
I
night,
hope you all
everyone.
have a fantastic Sunday. Please stay safe.